Hey, well, it's Huck, and it is been a very busy month for me. I decided that the month of September was kind of my more or less deadline to try to do something with what had been my mom and dad's bedroom for many years, and then ultimately, for the last several years of her life, my mom's bedroom. It is the biggest bedroom in the house. I guess it's the master bedroom, so it's maybe 25 square feet, larger than the other two bedrooms, including the one that I've been using all this time. But when my mom passed away um, on her birthday in August of 2013, for really for quite a while, I just didn't go in my mom's room very much. So it kind of almost became like a storage room. I took the last year or so. Gigi, get over here. Come on, no, get over here. No, Gigi, get over here. Come on. No, she's barking at a neighbor. The last year or so, Mom had one of these beds that hospice brought in. And so I took her bed downstairs. It's kind of ruined now. I have to throw out the mattress and the box springs at some time. It got a little bit of water damage. So the room hasn't had a bed in it. And the carpet was so filthy now. I don't know, from walking in and out and not cleaning it for so long. And that carpet is probably 15 or 17 years old. So I decided this room had to be done. It had gone long enough. I didn't want to, pass away and leave this for somebody else. So, room hadn't been painted. It just needed a total makeover. So I got my friend Dustin. I agreed that I would pay him a little bit to do this, to help me with it. And I've done as much as I can. We had to do everything. We pulled the carpet out and all the padding. In fact, I just got done pulling all the staples out of the floor. I have to wear my oxygen when I do any work in here. Most of the painting, I did most of the trim, and Dustin did pretty much everything else as far as the painting of the walls and the ceiling. We just got you can see this is a Stratton blue and a slightly darker color they call Prescott for the trim. We're doing the closet right now. I did the bottom part the other day. Dustin I put a coat of primer on there. I don't think the closet had been painted since maybe once. Had some kind of hideous sea green color. So that definitely was filthy. So, we washed that down, and I put a coat of primer on it. Dut has put one coat of paint on that. We're going to do the second coat hopefully tomorrow. All of the walls needed 2 coats of the Stratton blue. There are at least 2 or 3 coats on all the baseboard, all of the wood trim in the house, because the original pine varnish and everything on the doors and the wood trim is just shot, and I didn't want to be around all of the dust trying to refinish those. So we just, what we've done with a couple of the other rooms, we painted over them. We did all of the windows, took all of the windows out, and I had to repair, one of the windows was broken. So they're coming in to recarpet this room. I didn't want to refinish the floor, even though it's got a perfectly good hardwood floor that, of course, needs a lot of work, but it's in better shape than the living room floor was when we redid that number of years ago. But I have a friend, used to be a city councilman in a nearby town of Newton Falls. He runs a carpet store in Warren, and it was his company that recarpeted this house the last time, like I say, 15 years ago. Did the living room and all of the bedrooms, and now the only room that still has any of that carpeting in it, because we pulled it out of the living room in the hallway and restored the wooden floors. In the dining room, we did the same thing. We pulled out that carpet and restored the wooden floor. Is my room. My room still has the original carpet, and I'm going to probably move my bedroom now into this room, and when we're done. So it's going to be carpeted. I got a really good deal. Last time we had the house carpeted, it was what they call Berber carpet, which is pretty much the cheapest, type of carpeting I guess you can get, at least inexpensive, least expensive. But this time, I explained to him, my situation and that I didn't have much money to spend. He actually got me a really nice Mohawk carpet. So it's a little thicker, a little more plush than what, than what we are used to in this house for quite a while. And because he had, enough of it on hand, he was able to get it to me for under $600, installed. And that included the idea that Dustin and I were going to pull the carpet and all of the staples and all of the padding out of this room, which we completed yesterday. And like I say, I just got all the staples out today, this morning. So I didn't want to spend the money. I really didn't. It's taking most of the money I have in the bank to do this. I mean, the paint alone was, $100 and some $150 for the. I'm going to repaint the furniture. You can see that these are mid-century pieces of furniture that my mom and dad got brand new. This is a chest of drawers. I don't know if you can see this. But this piece has a big mirror that goes up another 3 or 4 feet above. It's got a huge mirror that attaches to the back of that dresser. Let me see if I can find that piece. This is the dining room. There's the thing where the mirror goes. The mirror itself is I don't know what Dustin did with the. Oh, it's behind here. There's the mirror. Something I've never shown you is my 1968 Kennedy campaign poster. I don't know if you've ever seen that. This was going to be my library room. As you can see now, it's mostly storage. This is the next room. This room is already all remodeled and redone. We did this several years back. It just needs to be cleaned out. I've got to become a little less of a hoarder and get rid of a lot of stuff. So anyway, so that's what's been keeping me busy for the entire month. I mean, in my condition, I can't do a lot in one day. So this has taken us about 3 weeks to get this far. I come and get done, usually 3 or 4 days a week. I go get them, pick them up around noon. We spend about 5 or 6 hours. Usually by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we're done. Gigi, you okay? Gigi, as you know, has congestive heart failure, and she gets a buildup of fluid in her lungs. We've been treating it now for several months with medication, and There are times when she really, really scares me that I don't think she's going to get through the day or the weekend. But she just keeps plugging away. And at any rate, so I'm probably going to have to change my TV service. It keeps going up, and I have a certain dollar amount that I'm comfortable with, and I can't justify going over that amount. This whole project has kind of set me back a little bit, but it really needed to be done. For one thing, it wasn't really healthy. The room was filthy, and frankly, my room's not that healthy. Like I said, I've got a carpet in there that's like 15, 17 years old. Who knows what? It's dirty. I can't afford to replace that carpet, so I'm going to move out of that room, and I'm going to move my bed into the new room. My neighbor's given me a new set of box springs. Well, a used set of box springs to use with my mattress. My box springs is pretty old and ragged, so hers is better than mine. But what I'm going to do once I get the bed out of my room is I'm probably going to have it cleaned, the carpet in there. I may pay the whatever cost to have like Stanley Steamer come out and clean that carpet, because I can't afford to replace it. And that's the only thing I can think that might might at least make it look respectable. And so if I can find a used little twin-sized bed or something to put in there as a guest room is ultimately my goal, but I don't want to spend the money on that right away. Like I said, I've been trying to do this project within, a pretty tight budget, because I didn't want to borrow any money, put anything on a credit card or anything like that. And I had a little bit of money in one account that is kind of my emergency fund that I've been trying to build up a little bit. And so that's where the money has come from for all of this. And unfortunately, it's going to deplete that emergency fund, but it had to be done. It was ridiculous that I had, I had my kitchen, my living room, which needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and my bedroom, and every other room in the house was just like so cluttered and frankly dirty that I couldn't even go in them anymore. So anyway, they're coming in. I think they're gonna call me, but early next week, I'm hoping by Monday or Tuesday, hopefully they'll be here to recarpet that room. I'm going to paint the furniture. I have a dark, I've got a dark blue that's kind of like a very dark gray blue. That's the furniture is going to be painted. It's called Arroyo blue, Arroyo, like the boxer. And I'm hoping that has three combinations of blue. The Stratton blue, which is a very, faded, like kind of a light blue-gray. The medium blue-gray, the Prescott blue that you saw in there in the trim. And then this much darker blue-gray for the furniture will be a kind of a nice mix. And then, of course, the only other expense that is going to come into all of this will be, at some point, I've got to figure out, curtains and linens or whatever that are going to match that room to some extent. But for now, I'll probably just have to use whatever I have in storage somewhere. I have a lot of old bedding, particularly I think that's in storage downstairs. That's in this big canvas, like tent-like structure down there. I remember several years back when my mom was still alive, and I think maybe even my dad was still alive. They had these things that you could put clothes or bedding in and zip them up, and then you attached a hose from your sweeper, and you sucked all the air out of this thing, and it became, somewhat compact. And I've got one or two of those downstairs. Like I say, at the bottom of this canvas thing, storing who knows what bedding is in there. And I'm in no physical condition to go down there and pull that stuff out. So that's one of the goals I have is early next week when we start pulling my bed out of my room and putting it in there, and is to go through there and see if there are any curtains or, maybe I don't think there's any comforters exactly in there, but there might be some bedspreads, which probably are better bedding than anything you could buy at the store now because, they're probably 50 years old and, people don't use bedspreads like they used to, at least we haven't for a while. But anyway, I think there are some of those kind of things down there. God knows what they look like or what kind of, condition they're in or color they're in or they are. But I'm hoping maybe we can find something that will work in there. Maybe a white quilt or bedspread or something that will work with that room. Curtains are another story. I would like to get blinds, the little blinds, the interior window blinds that, and then you put a few curtains over it. But I'm probably gonna, I'll probably look and see what they have at like Walmart or something, and put something up as far as some cheap curtains for now. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's been keeping me busy. I have been paying attention. I watched the debate for about 45 minutes, and I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, I have a hard time watching Trump no matter what, but this was, I think the best comment I saw in reviewing that debate was it was like Biden was debating a foghorn. And of course, I truly hope, and I really can't imagine any other outcome from that debate other than, Trump would continue to lose support as a result. I sincerely hope that is the case. I'll be honest with you, Biden didn't set the world on fire in that debate. But, I guess one of the things that came to my mind was that as I was watching it and as I was reflecting on, I think it reminded me of just how good Hillary Clinton actually was as a candidate, and particularly in her debates with Trump. Biden used to be a very good debater, as I recall, when he was running as President Obama's running mate and had the vice presidential debates. One of the reasons, my understanding, that one of the reasons Obama chose him in 2008 was because he was a very good debater, and he was going to be an asset on the campaign. I mean, there were other reasons, probably even better reasons. Certainly his long tenure in the Senate, his collegiality, and he got along with members of both parties, which I think was a big consideration that that Obama looked at in that. But he was a very good, skilled debater, and I think we saw hints of that in the debate. But the truth is, age has taken somewhat of a toll and an edge off of his. It's not that he said anything wrong, because I don't think he did. It's not that he, didn't make the points I think he was trying to make, because I think for the most part he did. But he wasn't as quick to the counterattack as the younger Biden. was. And that's why I say, in comparison, it made me think of, just how good Hillary Clinton actually was in those situations. And uh, I don't know if it's because female candidates are judged differently, and a lot of the things that we admire men politicians for, we um, paradoxically frown on when we see the same exhibited by female candidates. Um, or if it was just the relentless 35 years plus attacks on the Clintons that took its toll. But for whatever reason, I thought Hillary did an outstanding job of sparring with, the totally out of control and, bullying, obnoxious behaviors of Donald Trump. And, Biden, like I said, a younger Biden would have probably been a different experience in that situation. But at any rate, the racism has gotten a lot of attention post debate. The fact that I'll be honest with you. A month ago, which is the last time I think I posted a video, and I'm so sorry about that. A month ago, I was determined that I was going to do a video really highlighting, the absolutely disgusting racism of the Trump presidency, and the fact that he still has, as one of his key advisors and, one of his top speechwriters, but in particular, one of his key advisors on the topic of immigration, is this Stephen Miller, who is an avowed white supremacist. I don't think there's any two sides to that argument. And the fact that he is still perched, in that position in the White House, to me is mind-boggling. And so there's nothing that came up in that debate, and there's no comments that Trump made. And frankly, I don't care. The guy lies like most people breathe, so it wouldn't have mattered, what he would have said anyway. But the fact that he said what he did say, that telling the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by rather than to stand down and to reevaluate their life's choices, which is, I think, the least of what he should have said. Didn't surprise me whatsoever. I mean, this is probably a good third of his following are probably the most racist people in this country. And he's aware of it. He's one of them. I don't think there's any question that he is one of them. His whole campaign, his whole political life is based on, racism. And I mean, he used, racist tropes against Obama to launch his political career. And he used racist tropes against Mexicans to launch his presidential campaign. So, and the fact, like I say, that he has a man like Stephen Miller basically writing his, immigration policies, and I have no doubt that he's the brains, if you will, behind a lot of the things we see along the border in all of these detention centers and the child separation policy and all of that. I'm sure he's knee deep in all of that, and Trump is only too happy to oblige, whatever this guy can come up with. Cruelty and out and out, just I don't know, words escape me to describe the bigotry involved there. And so anyway, I am kind of looking forward to seeing the Kamala Harris uh, debate with Mike Pence. I'm thinking she's going to destroy him. I hope my expectations aren't too high, but I don't see any other way around it. At any rate, so those are my thoughts. I was, like I say, I was really had a strong inclination to do a video just about Stephen Miller and all of that, and then I got caught up in this project, and I've just put everything on hold for a while. You know, as far as this project goes, I have been reluctant. I've wanted to do this for a long time. My health being what it is, was one thing that kind of deterred me. But the other thing, of course, is that you know, I don't have money for any of this. All the money I'm using to you know, to buy the paint and all of the supplies and you know, and to pay my friend and you know, get the carpeting. Which when I first began, I was thinking I was going to be able to salvage the carpet that was in there, but it was just so bad it couldn't be done. You know, I mean, what would the point have been? You know, I couldn't have used the room. So the only reason I'm able to do this is the continued help that I've been receiving, and I didn't really want to use it, you know, in this way. I mean, I've been using it religiously to you know, to pay down my debts and you know, and a couple of other emergency things that have come up. But for the most part, I have avoided, you know, anything like this, renovations and, you know, or money, you know, on me that didn't have to be spent. You know, just paying the bills and getting things paid off. And this is the first real big exception to that, I guess. But, you know, thank goodness that I, you know, could do it. And again, I can't express my gratitude for allowing me to do these things. And I'm going to really enjoy this room, I know, when it's done. So thank you. Anyway, so that's it for today. I will try to get something up maybe by the end of next week, when hopefully that room is just about done. Because I think over the weekend we should get just about everything completed, you know, minus the carpeting. And I mean, all the painting will be done, the furniture will be done, the closets, you know, should be done, the doors will be rehung as soon as the carpet is installed. And it's just a matter of you know, putting the bed and the curtains and all of that up. So hopefully by the end of next week I'll be able to show you what it ultimately looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry that I haven't posted anything this month. 2 weeks ago I was in really bad shape, so I'm doing pretty good considering. You know, and I think maybe doing all of this work is actually helping me in some ways. A lot of the dust and dirt isn't helping me. I do a day's worth of work and then I really have to take a day off most of the time. Sometimes I'll go get Dut and he's working mostly by himself because I almost need a recovery day from breathing in some of the dust and stuff that we've been stirring up. And, you know, some of the fumes can be a little overwhelming, but, you know, I try to work through that. We've done some of what we can do, you know, like the doors and some of the smaller things we've, you know, taken outside, you know, I've done. But at any rate, so that's it for today. And I will see you again real soon. Have a great day, everyone.